Welcome to C-Fan Sports, the sports show that is dedicated to the Seattle sports fans. My name is Dave. This is Kevin. Kevin, how you doing this fine July evening?
I'm doing great. Had a wonderful week of watching some baseball.
All right.
Got to see the expansion draft as well as the new draft for, I guess, the early entry draft, I can say, for the Seattle Kraken, which was a lot of fun. And hopefully later this week, we'll have an episode about all that. So
absolutely.
Had a great week and absolutely lovely weekend. So here we go.
We definitely want to talk about the big rig coming to Seattle. It's
absolutely
something that we want to talk about. And you guys, if you want to hear more of what we have to do, please subscribe. If you're new here, make sure you leave comments, questions, notifications, turn that bell on, leave some thumbs up. Kevin doesn't like it when we say leave thumbs down, so we're just going to completely take thumbs down off the table.
Yep.
You really can't do that, Kevin.
And leave comments. Just ask us questions, whatever you want to talk about. We're willing to answer.
All right, Kevin. So we just came off of a 4-game stretch against the Oakland A's. And Kevin, I'm pretty encouraged by taking 3 out of 4 from Oakland, the dreaded, ugly Jersey Oakland A's. Kevin, first thing I was happy with the pitching. Will you break down the pitching for us real quick? Tell me how we got these 4 games, basically locked down, or 3 out of 4 from the Oakland A's.
Well, let's go back to the Colorado series.
All right.
Marco Gonzalez going home playing against Colorado from his home state.
Gotcha.
Pitched very, very well. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And we ended up winning that game. The next game was bullpen by committee, starting with Middleton. He had a rough. We ended up losing that game.
He had a rough first inning. Now, who was the name of the second kid? Was it McCracken or
the kid from AAA that just came up?
Yeah, he had 5 innings with 1-run ball. I was pretty impressed with him. He looked happy. He was all get out too.
Yeah, I was hoping to see him a little bit more this week, but I guess because he pitched 5 innings, they've been resting him. So,
okay.
I did see, the first game against the A's, which was Chris Flexen, pitched a good inning, steady game. I mean, 5 and a third innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, which I thought was kind of low for him.
Mm.
And then, Montero came in, 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, and kind of just lost that game.
What are we going to do with him, Kevin?
Well, we DFA'd him.
We did.
We don't have to worry about him anymore. So
he has been DFA'd.
Yep. And then July 23rd, our first win against the Oakland Athletics of this series. Yusei Kikuchi, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts.
Wow.
The sad part is he wasn't in the decision, but boy, did he pitch well.
Yeah, he had an amazing game.
Yep. And then Logan Gilbert. I'm not sure what happened, but he was struggling. 2 2/3 of an inning, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, but he did have 5 strikeouts.
Yeah,
he had a little rough outing there. The bullpen came in and just pitched unbelievable.
Shut it down right there.
Yep. And then today's game, Marco Gonzalez again.
The Bulldog.
5.23 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. It looks like Marco is back.
He's on his way. Yeah, I'd like to see him go. I'd like to see him go 6 or 7 innings. He struggled in that 6th inning, but we'll take with that what you got from him.
Absolutely, and let's go back to YK because our conversation last week is what's wrong with YK, and nothing. I mean, his fastball was back, his slider was back, the cutter was back. He looked really good.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that it was him getting out of his schedule, his routine, that threw him off a little bit. And so now
Under weather.
A little under the weather. So now we can keep him steady on that schedule. I think we'll be good throughout the rest of the year. So, Kevin, let's set aside now a little bit of a player spotlight. And I know that you have an affinity for one Mr. Cal Raleigh. Kevin,
I do.
Walk me through his week. Tell me a little bit of how he did this week.
So he played in 3 games this week, and then he pinch hit one game. So he ended up 3 for 11 with a 272 batting average for the week. He had 2 runs, 4 RBIs, 2 walks, 2 extra base hits with a home run, a 2-run dinger.
Wow.
444-foot 2-run dinger.
Oh, he hit it with all his man muscles going on.
And the thing I was interested in is those 3 games that he played, we won all 3.
Yeah.
So why are we sitting him on the bench? Let's play the kid. I'm just kidding.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now, Kevin. But
I know.
Yeah, he did.
The week before
well.
he didn't do as well, so I'm just messing.
So now, Kevin, so that kind of takes us now. So Cal's doing well.
Yes.
I know that we talked a little bit last week about Mitch Haniger, whether we're going to trade him or we're going to, just let him play out his contract, play this year, next year, and then, it's been nice knowing you type of deal, and hopefully he catches Mariner fever between now and then and decides he's going to bring himself to sign a long-term deal with us. Kevin, so what kind of week did he have this week? Again,
Well, it came off last week as the MLB Player of the Week, American League Player of the Week.
Right.
He finished it up with a 6 for 23 with a 261 batting average. However, he had 4 runs, 4 RBIs, 2 walks, 4 extra base hits, and 3 of those a home run. So he hit 3 home runs this week. What I found fascinating was Kyle Seager, because I've been watching Kyle, and he's actually playing pretty well right now. He went 6 for 23 with a 261 batting average. Although
anything you can do, I can do better.
Well, he didn't quite do as good because he only had 2 extra base hits with 1 home run. So, but he did have 4 runs, 3 RBIs, and a walk. So I think the 2 of those guys played very, very well this week. Tip to Mitch because of the 4 home runs or 3 home runs. But I think we're playing really good ball right now. Get Cal going. Jared Kelenic had a rough week. So he did have a hit today. I'm hoping that sparked something, but
right. We're heading to Houston. He needs to come with something.
Yeah, I mean, he had the walk-off win last night, scored on a wild pitch, but at least he was on base.
There you go.
He did end up with 3 walks this week, which is always a bonus.
Well, yeah, he's starting to take a look at pitches, hopefully, and the rest will follow, as they say.
Yep.
So anything else on the big league teams, Kevin, that you wanted to discuss?
No, but I do, let's talk about this week, winning 3 out of 4 from Oakland. I mean, I think it's going to go a long ways. If we can win 3 out of 4 from divisions, somebody in our division, especially somebody ahead of us in our division, that's a great week. I think with the series win, it just makes the players believe that much more that they can do this and they belong in the playoff hunt, which we're only a game and a half out of. I really believe that it's just an absolutely fantastic series win this week.
Well, the next 7 days, Kevin, we're playing 3 against Houston, and then we're going to play a 3-game set against Texas, and then we're going to go down to Tampa Bay, and we're going to be playing 3 games. Well, actually, I think it's a 4-game set. Nope, it's only 3 games. 3 games against Tampa Bay, and then we got another 3 games against New York. I mean, the next few series, with the exception of Texas, is really against teams that we have ahead of us in the wild card race and in the divisional race. So these are very, very important games heading into this next stretch of games. I see, again, if we continue to play steady, I think we're going to be in good shape heading into this final stretch, and we may be buyers. We may actually add some things. Now, we both of us were kind of excited that we might get that Minnesota Twin to come over here.
I know. I was sad.
Yeah, so that was a little gut punch this week. I was thinking, oh man. And he decided to go, or he didn't decide. The Minnesota Twins decided to deal into the Tampa Bay Rays, and so there we go. We didn't.
We got to go face them.
Yeah, now we have to go face them. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to take care of business with Texas in this this next swing, and if we can win the 3 in Texas or the 3 against Texas, then that'll help. But we have to take 2 out of 3 from at least 3 of these guys to stay in the hunt where we're at.
So, when we reconvene next week, we'll know more.
Yes.
We will have a better idea of where we're standing. Hopefully we're standing on the doorway of the playoffs and not letting anybody out.
Correct.
Past us. Okay, so that's what we're looking at.
Yep.
So let's, how about we take a few moments, take a trip through the minors, and then we'll call it a day. How's that sound, Kevin?
Yep, sounds great.
All right, so let's start first at Tacoma. And tell me a little bit about how the week was, the week that will be, and everything for the Tacoma Rainiers.
Well, Rainiers had 3 wins, 2 losses last week.
Okay, that's good.
They're still second in their division, 6 games out of first.
Uh-huh.
But, I got to keep talking about him. Jose Marmoleos. We got to make. I
want to sing his name every time.
We got to make the phone call. He's not only leading in the league with a 346 batting average, he has 16 home runs and 40 RBIs, which leads his team. He is just playing lights out, and so I think we need to get him up.
So are you thinking maybe sending Jared back down and bringing him back up?
The different positions, I'm thinking that we got to probably send Dylan Moore down.
Okay.
I hate to say it, our Beniers.
Oh, Bowers.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of hockey and.
I know, man. We've been all over the. Luckily, nobody on the Mariners team team name ends with an OV, because I would be messed up for life.
Oh yeah. So one of those guys need to come down, and Jose needs to be brought up. They're talking about a second baseman possibly with a right-handed bat. I think we just need to pull the trigger and bring Jose.
We need to find a place for him in our lineup.
We need to find a place for him.
Okay.
But somebody we've never mentioned, and I can't really pronounce his name, but Jansen Witt, who's a third baseman, he's slowly brought his ERA up to our batting average up to a 299.
There we go.
So,
okay.
Congratulations for him. I want to talk about Ian McKinney. And we've been talking about this guy quite a bit when he was with AA. He then got promoted.
Yeah, and he wasn't doing so hot from what I remember. Did we get a bump, an improvement, or is it still struggling?
I mean, his first 2 games, he started out 0-2 and had a really high ERA. He is now 3-2 with a 4.94 ERA with 32 Ks.
All right. So he's starting to come around.
He's starting to come around, and I think if he continues to come around, it won't be very long before we see him in the big leagues.
He'll be up with the big league tug. All right. Cool.
I think at least September. I think he'll be one of the guys that make it.
The September call-ups. Okay.
Yep.
I would rather see him than another bullpen session.
Yes, 100%.
So that's just that. Call me crazy, which everybody does. Yeah. Yeah, I would much rather see him than another bullpen session.
Yep.
Okay, Kevin. So anything else stand out to you in Tacoma?
Nope, that's about it.
All right, so let's jump in that prop engine airplane and make our way across the United States to Arkansas. Tell us what's going on in Traveler Land, Kevin.
Well, the Travelers are traveling.
Well, that's good.
They had 4 losses, 2 wins.
Well, they're traveling south in the standings. Which is
south in the standings, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
They're currently third place, 3.5 games out, 37 wins, 34 losses. Carter Benz, the catcher that we've talked about several times, that got the call up from Everett, is batting 0.67 since his call up.
Oof. That's
struggling. Yeah.
That's a rough day at the office right there, Kevin.
Yeah. However, and then in Zach Deloche, an outfielder, which we talked about, he got called up a week ago. He's batting 190. So he's finding it a little bit tougher to hit AA.
Okay.
Now, Austin Shinton, the third baseman from Everett, that got called up as well. He's batting 303 since he's been called up.
All right.
So we've had 2 guys struggling. Yeah. 2 out of 2, one guy's doing well, 2 guys are struggling. So we'll keep going. But really, that's the only news I could get out of Arkansas. So,
all right. So things have been a little rough down in Arkansas.
Yeah.
All right. Let's head back to the great Pacific Northwest to Everett. How are the Aqua Sox handling losing some of those guys that were doing well in Everett and sending them to Arkansas? Are they struggling, or are they back in the chair in the winning side?
Well, the Aqua Sox had 5 wins, 1 loss last week.
Woo! There we go.
Their first place, 40 wins, 30 losses, 7 games up.
All right.
So let's talk about a couple of the guys that got called up just recently. Victor Labrada, who got called up from the Nets on July 20th. He's batting 300 since he's been called up.
Oh, wow.
So he's playing very well. Cade McLeod, the outfielder that got called up on June 17th, is batting 222 since he's been called up, which is he's struggling a little bit.
Gotcha.
Now, so the outstanding players still are Patrick Frick, the shortstop. He's still batting 310.
Okay.
Jack Larson, the outfielders, 308. So those guys have been rock steady.
Yeah.
And now you add in Victor Labrada. He's batting 300. So those 3 guys right there are being very solid for the Aqua Sox. Now, I do want to talk about Taylor Dollard, who is a pitcher. He was called up earlier this month and on June 19th from the Nuts. He is 5-0. Now he has a 5.34 ERA, which is high. He's got 28 strikeouts. However, the first few games that he played, his ERA was through the roof. So today's game, he pitched 6 1/3 inning, 4 hits, 1 run, and 6 Ks.
Hey,
so he is pitching very well.
That'll get you some tension. All right.
Yeah. So good for him, and that's it for Everett.
All right, let's load up on the bus and head south to Modesto. Kevin, tell us about D's.
Well, the losing streak ended at 8 games.
Oh, there we go.
They had 2 wins, 3 losses this week. They're currently underway in a game today. They're third in their division at 38-33, 10 games out. There isn't a single positive thing. Our buddy, Marte, he's struggling. He's down to a 269 batting average. So the 2 guys leading the team are both at 269.
Oh, okay. Sounds like they took a kick to the nuts this week.
They took a kick somewhere. So
yeah.
So unfortunately, they're struggling down there.
Well, that seems to wrap up Mariner Weekly. Tied it up with a nice bow.
Yeah.
Kevin, anything else you have to add this week?
Go Mariners, man.
Go Mariners. Yeah. Let's be excited. This is something we've waited a long time for, to be in the end of July, early August, and still be in a playoff race. So you're absolutely correct, Kevin. 100% go Mariners.
And we're 8 games up from 500. 8 games above 500. We're playing really good ball right now. Let's keep it going.
I think we got a shot at 90 wins this year. I'm pretty excited about that.
That would be awesome. I'd take that all day long.
Yep, all day and twice on Sunday. What, today's Sunday, Kevin? So anyway, you have a wonderful week. I will see you next week for another Mariner Weekly. Peace out, Kevin.
Peace.